Hello, welcome back to another You Ask, I Answer. I have got this question in various formats over the past few years, and I even answer part of the questions in a selling tips video. But I will see if I can add more value in this video and more details. Okay, so here we go. The question is about, which book do I choose to send to my comic shop instead of using ComicLink, because I spoke often about using both. Okay, and let's try to break down the pros and cons. When it comes down to fees, they are very similar. Okay, sure, the standard fees for both is 10%, and then they don't take out the 3% for credit cards compared to eBay. Okay, so if you sell the same book and get the same price on eBay, you pay the 10% to eBay on top of eBay taking 3% off for PayPal, right? So that's the benefit of not using eBay. But I'm I'm not gonna try to compare eBay here. I'm trying to just compare when to use ComicLink and when to use Mycomicshop for me. Okay, you can use a different tactics or disagree. So fee wise, almost the same. For bigger books, you save a little bit in fees with Mycomicshop because they have a tier system. It used to be 10%, and then something over 300 but less than 1,000 is like 8%, and any item over 1,000 is like 6%. They changed that. Okay, they have changed that recently. I'm not sure it was starting this year or late last year, but now it is 10% for up to $300. So if you sell something or consign something that auction off or sell directly for $1,000, my comic shop will take 10% on the first 300, and then 8% for the next $700. There is no such thing as a 6% fee anymore, I don't think. Correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, so fee wise, fairly comparable. The biggest difference between the two is timing. Okay, when I send something to ComicLink have a set auction schedule each month, with the exception of December. Okay, they don't have auction in December. They have like one late November that run to like the first few days of December, but that's it. They skip the rest so that people don't have to compete with Christmas shopping. But if you send something in right now, okay, I'm shooting this video. Today is March 8th. Okay, if you send to ComicLink right now, March 8th, most likely it's too late to include in the auction for March that kick off March 11th. Okay, you don't have time unless you FedEx the book for overnight. If you ship anything else, it won't get there on time. But even if it get there on time, let's say you FedEx your book, you have a X-Men 1 4.0, okay, and you FedEx that copy right now, that will arrive at ComicLink March 9th or March 10th, just before March 11th, where the auction kick off. What if there is already a copy in the same grade, same page quality in that auction? They would likely not put two books together to compete. Okay, so you might have to wait until the next month. So there you go. If you need cash fast and immediate, sure, you can talk to ComicLink and see if they're willing to give you partial cash advance for the book that you consign. They do that on big books. They're not going to give you cash advance on a $500 book, but on a $2,000 book, maybe they will cash advance you $1,000. Okay, it's just saying, but you have to pick up the phone and ask them. Okay, Don't take my word for it. But once it's there, it can take at least a couple weeks, if not a couple months, before your books can be listed. On top of that, usually you don't get the money for another 4 to 5 weeks after the auction end, because ComicLink allow winners to pay, I think, up to a week or 10 days after the auction is over. So some people take their time. If somebody bid on your book and they take 10 days to send a check, well, guess what? That's 10 days. And then ComicLink will hold on to that check for 2 weeks to make sure that everything is clear, no shenanigans going on. And then they will issue a check for you. So by the time you get the money, it could be a month, could be 5 weeks after the auction ended. So it's a long period of time. So when it comes down to needing money fast, ComicLink is not a good option. Okay, keep that in mind. Mycomicshop, much quicker. Okay, because you can send them the books and you can list it as if you list something on eBay. You don't have to put it in an auction. They have weekly auction that you can put in if you wish and desire, but ultimately you can price it yourself. You can hold the books until another time. I do this a lot on books that I am in no rush to sell. I love to use Mycomicshop over ComicLink. You know why? If I have a book that I know is always gonna sell because it is a key, but right now it's not super hot because people are more focused on something else, that's fine. I can send a book to Mycomicshop and then they can scan the book and let it sit there for weeks, days, or months until I decide at the right time to list the book and put the price on it. Okay, I do this a lot. I wait until things get hot and then I put it out there for the public to buy. Another tactic that I use is, let's say I have a copy of Fantastic Four 52 that I think a certain price would be a very good price, and then I saw a current auction on ComicLink or Heritage or any other auction house or on eBay that go for crazy prices, but has not ended yet. Okay, let's say in my mind my copy can be 5,000, but I saw a current auction on eBay or ComicLink or Heritage that go for 7,500. You know what I will do? I will let that my copy on Mycomicshop go live for sales for 7,300, a little bit cheaper than the current auction, and that a lot of time works. Okay, I'm okay to get a little bit less than what's going on right now, but given how crazy the prices are, I do that. And a lot of time my books, by pricing slightly lower than the current auction anywhere else, will sell very quickly within 24 hours. I do this from time to time, not a lot. I don't have time to follow every book's every auction, but if I run across an auction that I have a book already with Mycomicshop, you betcha I will take advantage of the hot current market and unload it quickly. So things that I want more control on the time that I want to sell, I put it to Mycomicshop because there I have the most control. I can put the book, I can list the book when I feel like. I can list the book at the price I wish to, and I can change the price up or down. With ComicLink, I am locked into their schedule, and sometimes it can be a long time, and sometimes on some hot books I can miss a window to sell at the best price because my auction is months if not weeks away. Okay, so There's a benefit to use Mycomicshop to have more control on the time and the price. ComicLink, I put things there when I know that I am in no rush to get the money, because it can be months away before the book will be auctioned off, and I don't know how to price it. That's one of the biggest key for me to send a book to ComicLink. I don't know how to price it because the book is either way too high grade or not that many copies exchange hand, and the best way is to let it ride in an auction. And both Mycomicshop and ComicLink have huge customer, huge, okay? But on some of the hard to find books in high grade, they tend to do very well in auction with ComicLink, especially on things that are high grade, and I don't know how to price it. Okay, so hopefully I answer the question as far as when I use Mycomicshop and when I use ComicLink. Okay, either way, I'm sure other people have different reason why they use either company. For me, that's how I approach deciding where to send the book. I want to know if I can price it. If I can price it, okay, if I have high confidence in knowing the value, usually it go to Mycomicshop, because there I have more control on when I sell the books ultimately. Thanks for watching. Hopefully I answered the question clearly. Bye-bye.